Welcome to the show. My guest is Roberta. You called the show. Why?
Because my husband was wrongly accused of being a sexual offender, and my kids are being taken away from me. It's ruining my life. He didn't do it. He was never charged, was never convicted. It was just because the girl got jealous, and he didn't want her, and she wanted him.
And that was how long ago?
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
Yes.
And you're losing your kids now?
Yes.
And why is that? If this happened 12 years ago, why would you lose your kids now?
Because of in CPS's computer, they're saying that he was charged of it. They can't find no paperwork. They can't find nothing. And so they're saying that since they can't prove it one way or the other, that it is a risk to my children.
Did you know about these allegations before you married your husband?
Yes, and I checked into them to make sure they weren't
How
true.
did you check into them?
I went on to the registered sex offender sites and made sure that he was not registered. It's put a lot of strain on our marriage, but we're trying. They made us split up, and so we tried to stay, because so I can get my kids back, we tried to stay away from each other, but we can't live without each other, and we figured we fight together instead of being apart.
They said, okay, until we clear this up, we're going to, you need to stay away from him. You tried to stay away for 2 years. Finally, you said, what, I don't want to live my life?
It's not working anymore. They didn't give me my kids back, so why stay away from him if it's not going to work to get me my kids back?
If he can't pass his lie detector test, you're done. And then you're going to go to DCFS and say, hey, I want my kids back, and
Yes.
we're done, and you're going to get divorced, or?
They came into my house accused of a dirty home, and then she said it was all unfounded. I got paperwork showing that.
I'm asking you, did you have a dirty home?
No,
Okay,
I did not.
Sir, this is the police coming to your home. There was a strong odor of feces and urine throughout the home. Wood floors were damaged by feces and urine. The main floor of the bathroom window was broken out, and the crawl space in the basement was filled with feces and urine. You had 2 children, they were taken away, and now you went on to have 2 more, knowing that they were going to take your kids away, right?
No, I thought I was getting my kids back. I didn't do anything wrong. My husband didn't do anything wrong.
You know all these allegations, it's not been cleared up. Why would you have 2 more children knowing that this big investigation is still being open, and you don't have 2 of your other kids? Now you have 4 children that are not with you, right? Because they took the 2 children that you had since this all happened.
Yes,
Your first 2 children have been away from you for how long?
for 3 years.
For 3 years. Now these other 2 children that you had since this happened, how long have they been away?
One of them for about a year, and the other one for almost 3 years too. No, 2 years, sorry.
Daniel was indicted by DCFS in March of 1997 for sexual penetration of a 5-year-old. In 1998, Daniel performed a tattoo on a 14-year-old by placing his and her name in her pubic region. Did you know about that? You're with the guy that put his and her name on a 14-year-old's pubic region. Okay. That happened, right?
He was never, it was all cleared.
First of all, what 20-year-old is with a 14-year-old?
Someone makes a bad mistake.
But you're saying if he fails this lie detector test, then you're done with him.
Yes.
For one, I'm not guilty. I didn't do nothing that I've been accused of. And half the information you got is wrong.
The court papers are wrong?
Yeah, they're definitely wrong. What you have is 14-year-old I done a tattoo on. No, she was 17 for one. And no, there wasn't a sexual relation there.
Court papers say she was 14 years old.
Yes, yeah, they had admitted that that was a typo that they would straighten and never have since then.
That was a typo.
I was dating Dina, and Dina wanted me. We didn't actually date. We just got together for about a week or so. And she wanted to tell me that she was pregnant and that I wouldn't leave her and leave the girl that I was with at the time. And she wanted me, and I said, no, I'm not. She said, well, I'm pregnant. I don't want to be left alone with another kid and not have a father. I said, well, if it's mine, I'll be there for you. But other than that, I'm not going to be with you. She said, well, if I can't have you, then no one's going to have you. They've done everything you can think of for an investigation, even done doctors. Let me see, I did a polygraph test, had me in front of doctors, had the kid in front of doctors. Kid don't even remember it at the time.
These allegations resurface many years later, right?
12 years later.
And your kids get taken away?
Kids got taken away. We had a daughter. She was 2 months old. DCFS came to the house. They found allegations unfounded. Come back a couple months later and turn around and say, well, we got a problem. We found something. We're going to have to ask you to leave the home again. I said, what's the problem? I already informed you of all this. I told you it was there. Well, we couldn't find it at first. Well, what'd you find? Well, we found the indication finally, but we can't find the case, so we don't know what happened. I said, well, it looks like you need to be finding the case then. Well, until the meantime, you're going to have to leave the home. And ever since then, I've had to be out of the home.
But you guys haven't really stayed apart.
No, we bounced back and forth. We tried to, to fight together once before and it just made things worse.
For what?
You're a lying. No, you're a lying ass bitch, and you know better. You know better.
I know better.
You had everybody there lie. You had everyone there lie.
You are sick.
Don't walk
She was
up on her.
5 years old.
That's fine. It's
No,
fine.
you know it's
What
you know it's
Then why
What's
did
wrong
you
with
get
you?
this
No,
education?
I'm tired of you lying. 12 years later.
Take him off stage. Take him off stage.
12 years later. 12 years later.
Dude, hey, you want to get up, huh? If you want to talk to this woman and get your anger off your chest, that's one thing. But you're not going to go after her. And if you do it again, I swear to God, you'll be leaving the studio in handcuffs. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that you're Dina.
Yes.
All right. Why don't you tell me your side of the story?
My daughter was 4 years old, and I had went out one night and left her with the friends and family, and I had got a call home that he had broken the door. There was my friends and family there. There was witnesses, and the witness had said that he had made my daughter put his. I called the cops. They called DCFS. There was a whole investigation. He was indicated by DCFS.
Usually when you hear a story like this, it's he was watching the kids and you went out and he was the only one there and this happened. Not like, I'm just being honest here. I've never heard a story where the guy kicks open the door and where's that 5-year-old and I'm gonna, sexually assault it. And there's other people in the house. I've never heard a story like that.
It is crazy, Steve. I agree with you.
I've never even heard this part about kicking in a door. I've never even heard that part. But I can think of a wolf that told that story, and now I know how the lie came about.
Your daughter, who allegedly this happened to, right?
Yeah.
She's here.
Yeah.
Let's bring out Annalisa.
You're a liar. You know why you did this to me? And you know how my life feels now? I was 4 years old.
Supposedly you're 5.
No, I was 4. My life now because of you.
So do you say that you vividly and you can remember him doing this to you?
Yeah.
And you still have it in your mind?
Yeah.
You took a lie detector test before the show and you were asked, did you sexually molest a 5-year-old girl about 12 years ago? You answered no. As an adult, did you ever coerce a child to touch you in a sexual manner? And you answered no. And the results of your polygraph test is that you did not tell the truth.
What?
You sick son of a bitch!
No, that's impossible.
It's not impossible. The administrator also noted Daniel was also purposely
No, I still know I didn't touch her.
Daniel was also purposely non-cooperative during the testing process. He constantly moved, took deep breaths, coughed, talked, and laughed during the administration of the test. His purposeful non-cooperation was an attempt to conduct countermeasures. Your whole conduct, all these years, the way you act, I think you're a liar. I think it's proven today that you're a liar. I think you're a dirtbag, and I don't want you on my stage anymore. Get the hell out of here. I know this must be a very traumatic thing for you, must be very difficult, but we would also like to offer you counseling, maybe help you heal from what happened to you, and wish you all the luck in the world and hope you can get over something like this, okay?
Thank you.
You did. You picked him over your children. And that's tough. Do you miss your kids?
Yes, every day.
And if you want to go back and be with Daniel and fight with him and keep going down that road of not having your children, you can go out that door and be with Daniel. If you really want your kids back, and maybe we can help and get you counseling, and if you stay away from him like you're supposed to do to get your children back, maybe we can help in some way. And then you go out that door. And you don't even have to say anything. You pick a door on how you want your life to go.